Can you guys open the
So
dock because my computer can't
I'll open the dock
handle.
on Hero. Don't worry about it. You sit tight. You're the boss, dude. You're the fucking boss.
No, no,
Don't do
because
shit.
my computer can't
No,
handle
no.
OBS with another application. So
Even if it can. Even
yeah,
if it can.
okay, okay.
So I think this is good.
I'm recording now. And about
Thank you.
that journey, you're talking about the journey doc, right?
Yeah, this one. I don't know if
Yeah,
you're
I
looking
was
at it.
thinking like that's a very journey specific doc, right? Like, wouldn't
Yes.
we, because we still have did a thing, right? And if there's any more other than journey and did a thing, if we have did a thing as well as journey, so it's literally all the options in Stacks Advocates that you can do in one place, in one diagram. That was,
Mm.
um, I know we were talking about journey topic discussion, that's why we did journey specific, but if we were to have public facing ones, I just think everything in one place could be super clear for someone new if you want to onboard someone.
Say no more. Um, yes. I think so. Let me one sec. Let me say this. We, finish up this document and then like introduce new pathways. So I think we can change pathways to journeys, to pathways for growth in stacks or something. A different title, and then work on like putting data things in this location. And I don't know if you mentioned other things, maybe grants. I'm sorry, I lost you, or I lost anyway. But I think we can introduce new stuff once we have something that we feel satisfied with in this document. What do you think? Hero, can you hear me?
Sorry, I missed the part.
Mr. What? Oh, I was I was just saying, we like finish up this one, like introduce like as much information as we can and modifications as we can to this one,
Yeah,
and then maybe modify it, and like change pathways to journey, maybe pathways to contributing or anything. So it's like more open.
yeah, yeah,
Um, what do you think?
yeah, yeah. Cool.
Okay, great. So let's get started. Um, so four pathways to journeys. I think we can start with this one. Already well supported journey. Um, I think I can like I might be I might add like supported slash defined, or just defined. What do you guys think?
I like that language of like fully formed in the second one. What might be nice to use the same language in the second and the first. So, like we say, yes, it's fully formed in the first, or not fully formed in the second. Or we could say well defined in the first, and then maybe not quite well defined in the second. Maybe.
Or well formed and supported in the first.
So I think fully. I agree. I think we can just like use fully formed. I think the support itself might come in later, um, through the discussion and journeys, and that's what matters. Okay, so I might change this to the channel journeys. Um, Good. MicroDAO to approve, reject, amend. So this might be a misunderstanding, and I think it's fair, but I would say Advox DAO, but not MicroDAO, because the MicroDAO I think is like the instance would be for the person in the journey, would have their own instance, and the Advox DAO would either support it or not. Based on that support, it would get funded or not from the pool or from grants, whatever it is. What do you guys think?
I see what you're saying. I think the original idea was to try to reference the bot, right? I think Hero may have been trying to show flows that include like the tooling or what have you. Maybe it was discussions like this that made him change it like that too. So, but yeah, I mean, especially if it feels like the tooling is still referenced, and this is a little bit more accurate. Yeah, I don't see a problem with it.
I think the tooling could disappear in the background. Like it doesn't have to be MicroDAO managed. It can be just like the person themselves. We can even change the tooling so it can disappear in the background. Basically, that's how I think about it. The tooling itself, I don't think should exist within the diagram. Even references to it, but go ahead, Hero. Or I don't know who unmuted, to be honest.
I kind of agree because it depends like what level you want to go into, and also it depends like who you want to present it to. But generally speaking, maybe we don't need to, because we could say even using Discord or smart contract. I don't know, like there's many different tools involved, and I know this is a standout tool, MicroDAO. But maybe for the purpose of the public, not the foundation, but the public, as in like the potential advocates, they potentially don't need to know that when they onboard. Maybe it's more for the operators to know the flow, and the foundation to know the actual tools, but not necessarily the person we're gonna be using it or looking at it the first time.
Yeah, makes sense. So Advox DAO, I'm gonna change whole thing. I think the amendment, rejection, and approval are important. Amendment specifically because the journey would be open for discussion in the journey thread, and open for amendments to them before they're, I think, approved or rejected. I think rejection itself can be quite fast. After asking a few questions, whether that, for example, would contribute to the ecosystem or not, that kind of thing. So I think the first one is okay. Does anybody have any comments on the first column?
I think it's good.
Okay. Second column, some idea of journey, but not quite fully formed. Journey, events coordination. No, I would still say, the same thing here and here. I think it's always open discussion, because it might not be a journey. It might be a data thing. It might be even like a group of data things. So I like this to be like open discussion, not journey. I think journeys are gonna, you know, like might arise from that discussion within open discussion. And at the same time, you know, the discussion can be had in journeys, and it can be rejected if it doesn't look like journey. So I'm kind of on the line. I might just like put open discussion and journeys in the same place. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think sometimes people may think they have a fully formed journey, maybe in their eyes, but maybe in the person who is more experienced may think there's still some stuff missing. So I can imagine that it can be in journey, but some people could also use open discussion. I don't know.
I would say go ahead, Harold.
It wasn't me. I don't know if somebody else. Maybe it was just here muting. But I did want to say, I think for the longest we've been thinking of it like that, right? Pulling things from open discussion type, you know, but it to make it explicit, it makes sense maybe to put both there as a transitional, you know, thing, you know.
I would say it's like open discussion is just like open, and even if it like falls into just like posting in journeys, it's still okay to post in open discussion if you're not sure. Basically, that's how I think about it. I don't know who unmuted first. It wasn't Harold who wanted to say something.
Hey, I need to head out really soon, so I'll say a couple of things that come up. It's Ryder. One, I think that the term suggest journey will get confusing, and people might use it to try to suggest a journey they want to do. I can see that happening, even though it might be intended for a bounty or wish list. And then secondly, I heard you bring up like using did a thing, like as a, like noticing that did a thing might be also a channel here. And I think that my opinion is right now, since there's a lot of data things, a lot of archiving, a lot of history, it kind of, when you go through them, it kind of shows you what a full form journey might look like blockchain Jake, for example, like seeing the consistency. So I would say that it probably looks like, even though we might want to phase that out, right now it looks like number one to me. It looks like did a thing journey to add to MicroDAO, Advox DAO, and or maybe both are. I think it's just kind of not accurate to leave it out, because it's our only resource for seeing what something that's fully fleshed out looks like right now. We don't have a proposal template. We don't have another way to see what that looks like. Like, yeah. And I think that Haz, when I hear you talk about journeys, I hear you talking from like something that you have in your mind that I don't understand completely. I don't know about. I don't know what your expectations are for a journey. If someone needs to give a presentation or how it needs to be. So for me, like when I just look at our Discord, I see did a thing as the most accurate. And then I would second what you said about, yeah, you already added it, open discussions. And really like, the idea for a journey could pop up anywhere. I think we need to remember that. It might pop up in Men's Clan. Might pop up in meeting chat. And that's the reality, is that these ideas are going to come through. So we don't want to limit people as to where their journey might take form or choose to be brought forth. And that includes the channels outside of advocates as well.
Yeah, I think that's important. One, data things definitely show like some example journeys that are kind of like, you know, funded in a sense through the different data things. So that I don't know where to put this, but I think it's important. So I might just like, I don't know. I think we can take note of that. For now, journeys definitely can arise at any point. Like it's basically the same as like issues in the well. I think it's up to advocates themselves to suggest if this should be funded through journeys or not. But that's what I have in mind.
And then maybe combining what Ryder said, you could have like 2 layers, so it's more open on the first layer, and then the second layer you sort of direct them to go to journey when it's more formed. So I visualize 2 blue boxes. The top one is more like everywhere, like it can, like a conversation can arise from different places. But then when the conversation gets to a point, you kind of need them to submit the journey in the journey channel.
Yes. I think this also like might depend on the way the culture is formed in advocates and how people interact or see journeys. So it's kind of like dependent on people's feelings about journeys and whether something does or can be submitted to the journey. So it's really dependent on how open the program is and how open can include like not having like hostility in like discussions and that kind of thing. So it doesn't feel what's the word? Like dangerous or hostile to approach.
Adversarial?
Like, adversarial, maybe, yeah. Yeah. I think we might leave that for culture, and how we develop journeys and be open to all kinds of discussions. Yeah, I think that. What do you guys think? Should we delegate this or relegate it to culture, or put in a diagram? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, when yourself and Hero were talking about maybe adding data things to the diagram, I was thinking, it makes sense to have different versions, right? This could just be a more zoomed in. As we wrap up this here, it could be always used as a more zoomed in version, and then for like as something a supplement to a Journeys one pager. I think you can add data things to the picture, and it won't be too convoluted as well. But yeah, it makes sense to have multiple versions if it makes sense. We don't have to feel restricted to just one picture here. This originally was to supplement a one pager to two journeys, right? It is outward facing, but it's outward facing within that context. And so, but to have more complete pictures it could never be a bad thing of what's going on in advocates. So I think there might be opportunities to do it with different versions, So just to keep that in mind, throw it on the table, see what happens with it.
Okay. Where do you think we can put data links, Harold?
Well, it depends on what we're doing with it. If we're gonna try to keep this is like mainly a journey supplement, then it should be less in the foreground, right? Hero, use some language as, just a simple reference to a transition away from, the broader goings on and advocates and data things to, to journeys. And so that makes sense for something like this diagram that's still mainly focused on journeys. But you can even get into more, more of the cultural things being depicted somehow diagram wise in another version. But I think if we want to bring data things into the focus, you just be careful of what context we're doing that in. So I think more general diagram makes sense to have data things maybe right up next to journeys, but in this maybe it's just a simple reference, to data things. Hero mentioned two blue boxes. I don't know exactly how he's visualizing that, but the way that he referenced it like very quickly would be the idea, as opposed to showing too many different flows to and from, which would be more of the cultural depiction that you were talking about, Haas. So, I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I think we can keep that in mind for later. The writer also had an idea about suggestions or suggestions. I want to come back to this with the work. I think I might modify the fourth column, but I think later. Hero is doing something in the background, so I'm gonna leave him doing that. But other than that, some idea of journeys not quite fully formed. Open discussion on journey. I think that's settled. Advox members support the journey thread. Office hours. I think put that office hours to discuss. I think office hours is enough. Goddamn. Okay. I don't have any notes here. I think this speaks to the way we think about it. Both office hours and Advox support, and then Advox DAO to approve and project. I would. Yeah, I think that's okay. Does anybody have any more notes for column 2? Okay. I think we can move to the third column. No idea what journey to start. Newcomer discovering journeys. I think this one might be newcomer newcomer maybe discovering advocates. This I think is this might be more tailored towards data things. The journeys that I saw with Hero, for example, has been of discovery of the ecosystem, discovery of advocates, discovery of different ways to find his place in the ecosystem. So that was interesting. I can change that to, or I might change that to go through the typical path of data things and props. But I think like journeys for the way I think about it is journeys is exist within like someone's mind as an experience that they had through their journeys in the ecosystem, and thus like have some idea, some kind of like small or medium idea, like similar to a grant to build. So like newer advocates can be I think either in 2 or 3, people who actually have skills, like think of devs, and maybe any person who knows any kind of like work or has done any kind of work and can contribute to Stacks. So they would be either have some idea and then like discuss it with advocates, and then like move on to execute that journey, or they would just like be new to the whole thing and just like start growing in the ecosystem. So that's why how I think about like 3, because when someone doesn't have an idea, they shouldn't be going through journeys yet. What do you guys think?
I like it. It seems like a good place to, like, we were looking for a place to do the things. You even referenced this a little bit of experience from Hero. I'd imagine others as well. If it's one of the only places where you can find almost like a centralized place of what's going on and people that are like really involved, and so it kind of dovetails with this discovery, section that we were thinking that it would be anyway. So yeah, I dig it, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Going, guys, how's it going?
Hey, Ned.
Yeah, good, man. Good, guys. I think, sorry, just hopping in there and catching the end of what you were saying there. What I would say is, and this is inspired by a conversation I had with Adam the other day, is what could be a good thing, people that are coming in that are brand new, is a way of teaching them maybe, or a very easy way for them to be able to journal their journey. Yeah, so like they come in, they don't really have much of an idea what they're doing. They apply for the advocates. We then decide that they're gonna join through whichever route, and then maybe having some kind of reminder every now and again that just says, "Oh, why don't you make some notes about the stuff that you did today?" Like for instance, we join these meetings, right? So at the end of these meetings, maybe a pop-up or a follow-up that says, "Hey, you attended the meeting. Here can make a few notes, about what you experienced during the meeting or what you felt was, good about the meeting," and then let the person maybe get a copy of that at the end. So then kind of everybody kind of always can see kind of how people maybe thoughts or feelings where they're at. And then maybe that for that person, it gives them that journaling experience over time. So they're able to journal how they got from maybe coming in and not knowing absolutely anything, even about crypto, maybe, and then working their way up to maybe developing a solution. So, yeah, I mean, it was, as I said, it was something Adam suggested that we do with the UK chapters. Like we try and journal a lot of the things that we're going through and what we're doing, so that following Stacks chapters, the next round of Stacks chapters can kind of come in and have a bit of a blueprint as to what to do next. So I think it would be a good strategy to use for the advocates on a whole, because that would help new people ultimately to come in. Maybe we could have a site or a landing page, just like the advocates wall, where people have come in and the stuff that they wrote at the beginning of their journey. That'd be like a really cool idea.
Yeah, could you summarize what you want to say? I'm sorry, like I think you said a lot of things, but
yeah, sorry. So
summarize.
It's like journaling and kind of giving notification or pop-ups or something, some kind of a prompt for new advocates to journal their experiences as they're coming in, and that will help them help other people in the advocates to understand their journey, and help them also to understand their journey, and then to pass it on to maybe another advocate who's coming in after them.
That's interesting. So what you're saying is basically like have this kind of say maybe thread, maybe channel, like probably thread for each advocate or newcomer advocate to just like to speak about their journey. The prompt itself, can be a bot that watches if that person like joined the meeting, and then remind them in that thread, hey, can you share like your experience so far, if you have any feelings from that meeting? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, basically. But if you run it like GitHub commits, yeah, then you now have this thread that is kind of like a I'm just going to use random bit of random descriptions here, but you kind of have a thread that's like a lightning channel, don't you? Because the person is doing all their journaling over time, and that is basically private to them and private to private to them, but public to everyone who's within the advocates program. Yeah, and then when that person decides to now close that task, so to speak, they say, okay, well, I've done this, and I feel that I've achieved this, and I feel I can close this part of the thread or this part of my journey. When they close that, basically they can summarize it, and then it ends up on somewhere like a Stacks forum, which is a lot more public, so that other people can see it. So as I said before, the idea of having like a journeys wall, yeah, where these summarized tasks end up, and people wanting to join the advocates. Now, if you're interested in joining the advocates program, we could say, oh, go here and have a look at the journey rule and see how some of the people have, joined the program and been able to build or learn or achieve certain things. And then you have this like massive, I don't know how we'd do it, but I'm just at the moment, I'm just imagining this massive wall with sticky notes on it, with people just, I started the advocates on this date. I didn't know anything about coding. I managed to create one of the best apps or whatever in the marketplace or whatever. And then, other people and their experiences. So it makes people coming in, I'd say it gives them that inspiration if they haven't got it already. It gives them the inspiration, and it also will give them the motivation to know that, 1,000 other guys have come before them who didn't know how to code or didn't know how to do certain things, but they were still able to achieve.
So I think what you're mentioning is kind of different from what we're discussing, but I think it's still interesting. So let me show you what I think. So you'd have the wall would be like this huge page, and each advocate's journey would be like hero gamer. I have started by doing I don't know, customer support. And then hero would then say I got better with hero tech. And now I've become a SIP resident, maybe. So is that what you mean? Like, and then we have like other people like basically with their images and names and so on, that kind of thing. Is that what you're saying? That's what
basically, yeah. But for each
if you're gonna elaborate more, I'm gonna kill you.
Just really quickly, right? Just to bring it, just dial it back a bit, right? So this is perfect. This is exactly what I mean about the summary wall, like where people coming into the program, we could send them somewhere that they could look at what other people have achieved, and everyone could post up their stuff. Now, what I was saying, just to dial back a little bit before that, was like this bit where you've got, I have started by doing customer support. As you were saying about threads, if that was a thread before you then, let's say, closed it and gave it this title, I have started by doing customer support, if someone now clicks on that, they can see your journal, like your thread of what you did to get to, do what you were doing when you were in customer support.
So okay,
So in the same way as
Oh,
Discord, you
go ahead.
open like this sub thread, right? When we create a thread, it's like a sub thread that you have to click into to be able to see what was going on in there. So similar to that, that's what I mean.
Okay, I think I know what you mean. So let me show you, and I'll spend no more time on this, guys. I appreciate that, but I gotta do this. Let me show you my
Much
screen.
appreciated, guys. Thanks.
Don't worry about it. So what you mean is something similar to in data thing from Hero Gaming, for example, and then you see like this person's journey, what they've done so far, that kind of shit. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Yes.
So on the front end, it's all nice and neat, like how you showed in your diagram. Yeah, but if the person clicks into a particular achievement, they can see that the build up of the journey that person went through to get to where they did in that achievement.
Done. Okay. Yeah, I think I get what you mean. I think we can have like discussions around this. I think I got what you mean. Dude, I don't know if we can get into it.
No, by no means, by no means did I want to get too deep into it. It's just something that, as when I was speaking to Adam the other day, and he suggested to me, you guys should like journal the stuff that you're doing with the Stacks London, and then try and put it down in a format that other Stacks chapters can come through and follow a template kind of thing, or at least see what your journey was. When he said it to me, I came off the call and it literally just clicked in my head, like, this is what we were talking about with journeys. Like, this is a good way of being able to take the person from available journey ideas to do, let's say 4, I'd say probably 4, and 3, and to put them somewhere where it's going to be much easier for them to understand what they need to do to maybe reach a 2 or a 1, because they see these examples from other people, and whichever application we're using or method we're using is constantly asking them, hey, did you have a good day today? Were you able to complete your deadline on this or whatever? And I'm sure it pairs a lot with AI. We're far away from it, but just something that stuck in my mind.
Nat, I think you should do a write up of what you're thinking. I don't want to lose this. This is amazing. I think this is something that we've been thinking about, but on a different thread, for maybe a highlight of advocates, for example. With the data that we have in data things and prof, I think we can do maybe a proof of concept of that idea. So I'd love for you if you can do a write up. If you can't, I appreciate your idea. I think I'll stick it to my mind.
No, I'll do a little bit of note. I've got some notes already from when I spoke to Adam, so I'll do a bit of a write up over the next 2 weeks or something, and then I'll post it to you guys and post it into the open discussion, and we'll see what we can.
Yes, please, and maybe we can do an active issue about it and maybe develop an app off of that.
100%.
Hero, what do you have in mind?
Oh no, just a quick comment about that. Yeah, I like the idea. It's not what we're talking about right now, but I definitely like. It's almost like a nice add-on to have, right? On top of
Yes.
this basic structure. So what I would potentially suggest is maybe Atlas, if you got time, you could visualize it. Like maybe you might draw some website, as in like maybe there's a website that has this similar testimonial kind of stuff. Maybe it's done, yeah, maybe something visual, so everybody can visualize. You can visualize it, and we can visualize what's in your head as well. The execution, the end execution, that might help all of us to get on the same page. That's what I thought.
Yeah, 100%, man. As I said to you, like I'm gonna get onto it. It's one of the things that is in my mind, and that's why I just had to get it out the moment I jumped in.
Yeah,
As you
yeah.
said,
I mean,
this
it's
diagram's
I
been stuck
definitely
in my head
agree.
since I saw
Like
it
it
last week.
makes everything less intimidating. You
Mm.
know, for the new person, like a new person, just like, what the hell should I do? You know, where do I start? And having some examples help them shape that in their mind. So I agree, it's increased accessibility, so to speak.
Yes.
Now, could you guys direct me back to where we were actually at? Because this is just because, as I said, this diagram stuck in my head.
Nat,
Yeah, that's it.
do what you can with this idea. I think it's interesting. I'll bring this back or up to speed. I don't give a fuck. The thing. Let's get back to the thing. But here, do you want me to keep going on the same place, or have you like done something else that
If
that you
you
want me
look the
to
next, I just try to incorporate what Ryder said. So having a journey, like at the end, we need to take it to journey when it's fully
look at?
formed.
That's true.
But discussion can start anywhere, and you still keep the journey, but it helps us to direct back to the journey when it's better formed. Anyway, just something I
okay.
thought to.
Good. I think that's amazing. Okay, so let's continue with this. So no idea. I think we got the feedback that this can go to data things and discussions. So sorry, data things specifically. But I think the mentorship part, the office hours part, is just for I don't know. I think the mentorship part maybe relates a little bit to the buddy system. How other advocates like teaches you to participate in the advocates program. So that I think is one idea of mentorship. So I might change that to the buddy system. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Buddy mentorship. Office hours is open for everyone. I think 3 can definitely move to 2 or 1 very fast. Just like what Nat mentioned. What Nat mentioned, I think, is kind of a journey in and of itself. So it's similar to this, this kind of discussion where ideas are kind of suggested and maybe moved on to journeys, maybe not. So office hours, I think, is still important. The office hours themselves can be this meeting. We can keep it as the office hours for journeys. And once we move on to implementing journeys. So it's the same thing. And that would make it easy, I think, as a transition for us and people working journeys in the future. To me, I think this column 3 looks good. If you guys have any comments or ideas, interrupt me.
I dig it, man. I dig the buddy system, and yeah, and what you mentioned about transitioning the office hours. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Then I think we're good to go to 4. With 4, I think we might probably approach the work a little bit. Let me open it up. By the way, guys, I have really good internet now, which is nice. I was really struggling, but I want to do a little exercise with you guys. I want to see if Merrick and Harold, I think you guys are like the available ones. I don't know if here you have like capacity to do this, but you know, if here works. Hold up, no, to Hero, Harold, Merrick. So, and Nat, of course, in Atlas. Okay. Over here. If you guys could go to that link and add a suggestion, I'd appreciate that. I don't know if Nat you have access to that or not, but I want to see if you do. And I also want anybody to try and create a task in To Do. You can go to this column and add a plus here, go to the plus sign and add a task. Any text would be good, but what matters to me right now is suggestions. So let me know if you guys what do you guys see or find?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just trying to think of a suggestion to suggest.
You can say go fuck yourself, you know, anything. I'm just like testing the functionality. Nice. Thank you. Wow, you guys are the best.
I don't have the link.
So, you don't have the link. It's in the meeting. It's not the meeting chat, but it's in the chat of the call. I don't know if you can find it or not. Hero. Oh, shit, I didn't.
Oh yeah,
mention
I see it.
Heracles.
Um,
Sorry. So we have "Go Love Yourself" by Merrick, and I think it's been upvoted by Merrick, I think.
Yeah, that was me. It automatically upvotes when you make your own suggestion.
Okay, I just uploaded it too. So we'll see. So we have "Go Love Yourself." Can anybody create any tasks in the main projects? Main project. I want to see if you guys have like that permission. So love yourself. Do votes. Yes. Okay, no suggestion by Harold. Smart. I need to refresh. Same thing. Keyword, 2 journeys. Okay, good. Can anybody create tests, please? And To Do? Suggestion by Atlas. Thank you, Nat. Amazing shit. Stop suggesting, guys, please. Start creating tests.
I messed up the spelling there as well. I can't change it.
Doesn't matter. Make a name expressing your advocationing. Nice. Okay. So Merrick created that. Good. So basically anybody in the old server, Nat you're not, and has the advocate role, I think, can create a task. So that's what I wanted to test out. Oh. Wow. Amazing. All right, you guys can stop now. But that's basically the idea. I think suggestions, Hero's like contribution to the, or what Hero said with suggest journeys. I think you can go to dwork. So I think we can like change this to dwork claim or suggest. So claiming tasks also is thank you to whoever created the. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, Merrick. Anybody can claim the task, basically. I don't know if you can not claim the task anymore. Yeah. You can remove yourself as an assignee and someone else can claim the task. So that's nice. The permissions that I have, I'm not sure. Let me check because settings. Okay, the GitHub integration. So for your thread testing channel, oh fuck. Status board. Disconnect. Let's connect it to testing channel. Okay. So basically, it posts like all these updates to testing channel. Thank you. The permissions. So any advocate and someone with the advocate role can create tests. So this is like the wish list creation flow.
So
You can
mad.
just like choose users
Fucking
anyway, so that's nice. And the users would have to be members in dwork, like they have to connect their wallets and all that shit. What else? So this is really important. Manage space, of course, we can like select admin or manage, which is Hero basically, and myself. So that's nice. And that's why I'm really excited also about like dwork. So what do you guys think about dwork? And if you have questions, of course you can ask me. And even if I don't have the answer, we'll explore it together.
No, it looks fly, man. It's smooth too. You know, things popping up in the Discord as it's happening. I think it's right in line with our ethos or a general approach so far, with being so Discord heavy or focused, I should say. So yeah, it's nice, man. It's nice. Easy to flow through too.
Good.
I got a
Good.
question.
Go ahead.
So I see that you've got that task in the done column, and it's got the 20 stacks attached to it. And when I'm making a task, I don't. How does that work? I guess. And I didn't see the option to attach stacks when I was making a task.
Yeah. I don't think I can add. Remember. Let me check. Oh yeah, you open the task and you under the title you find add bounty. And then you can select like stacks and maybe pick it to dollars. So.
In fact, I do not find add bounty in the same spot that you do.
Shit. Okay. Let me see. I think you'd have to like add or connect your wallet. Have you connected your wallet?
Yeah, my Hero wallet's connected.
Huh. So let me see if you probably need some permissions. Let me see.
And actually, when you did the 20 stacks, did that come out of your wallet, or did it come out of like a communal wallet?
It came out of one of my wallets.
Hmm.
Because yeah, try again. I don't know if you can see it now or not.
I don't, but I'm gonna refresh the page. That might help.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there now.
Yeah, I think it requires you to have like manage space permission. So I think we might leave that, off for now, until like we have a better idea of this. So basically, also like with teamwork, bounties are nice, and also like tasks. We can track our tasks here as well. So, for example, with Nat's Journey's journal suggestion, I can just like accept it, and I could thank Nat with a tip. And the task is added to do. That kind of thing I think is nice. You can see it, I think, in the board here, and the history as well of the task. So this is really nice, a really nice system. I really like it. I think it could also like work for things that we don't pay money for, or like things that aren't bounties. So yeah, any comments, questions, stuff before we move on and like keep edit and continue editing the document or the presentation?
Really like this. This is it's very simple to use. I would just say obviously yeah, that editing. Is there like permissions for editing your own stuff or editing? Because I think right now I'm not able to edit it, but you are. So
Yes.
is there? Can you break down the permission levels so that basically someone's able to edit their own stuff and then maybe not able to edit other people's things, and then because that's the only thing that I see here is that if somebody makes a mistake by submitting something by accident, gets halfway through typing it, then they're always gonna obviously have to reach out to whoever's managing the board to be able to edit it. But aside from that, this seems great. It's pretty simple to use. I mean, inviting the layout being like Discord as well, inviting someone to the space who's new, it would they'd see it as pretty simple to use as well. And as you said, I think the thing that's interesting me is that you could then create, as you said, subspaces where there are things outside of the advocates. Somebody might want some help with something, and you could literally create that kind of like gig economy kind of a way of methodology. So yeah, I definitely like it.
Yeah, I think editing would require like managed space. I'm not sure. I would ask you to like create a new suggestion, maybe try to edit it. You weren't able to edit your suggestion, right?
Yeah, so obviously I've misspelled journal. So when I try to go in there and edit it, I don't have the permissions to edit it. It only gives me create new project or copy task link.
That's funny. I too can't edit like a suggestion. A suggestion I think is not editable anyway. But you might be able to add details. Maybe, I'm not sure. Are you able to add details? Like if you create a new suggestion, can you like add some details to it?
No, not this one anyway.
No, this one is done. That's gone. That's
Oh, okay,
that's
all
that.
right, cool. So let me create another one. Hold on.
Yeah, okay. By the way, I'm still exploring this with you guys, to be honest.
No worries, man. Right, so I'm just gonna do one that's called test editing suggestions.
Okay.
Okay. And if I click on that one, yeah, I've just got copy task link. Do
Nat, can you
descriptions.
Nat?
Yeah.
Can you like highlight the title? I think I can edit it if I like just like hover over it. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
If you said, can you do that?
I can't do that. No, I can just select the words and stuff, but I can't edit them.
Can you add more details?
No, I can't add any description to it either. Not
So
once it's been
probably-
created.
Yes, so it's probably let me see. Permissions. Let's try adding Nat to create tests. So how about now? Can if you try refreshing and then try editing the suggestion. If you can't, I'll add you to manage and then we'll see. Okay.
Yeah, that's added the option to duplicate.
Okay.
Again, no editing permissions.
Okay. Now try again. Refresh and try again.
Mhm.
Now.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, now I can edit the description. Yep, I can edit the title. And I have all of the options that you have basically.
Okay, so I think with this, we might just go with it. Probably.
Hold on. Wait a second. So what I'm thinking here is there could be a way for maybe to create a role. So create a role that is kind of like, I don't know, trusted advocate, verified advocate, or something like that, in which, you know, maybe once you've joined the board, then, you know, or you have a certain level of competency with the board, then you're able to do stuff like that. So you add that role to those people. I'm not sure if there's a way that you can stop that particular role from deleting, you know, but then, I mean, if you remove the deleting as well, then the problem is that the person, if they make a mistake, they can't delete their own stuff. So yeah, I could see that you just started using it, man. So yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, like you're just getting used to it. So I'm all for it because this is actually a very simple platform to be able to use for people, and nice presentation and layout. So yeah, I'm all for testing this with you, bro.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta take our time with this. Basically. So let's take our time with this one. Any other stuff, guys? Questions, comments? Okay. So people suggest based on ecosystem needs, or claim existing tasks. Tasks. Let me see if I can. Okay. So what do you guys think about this one? I don't think that. No. I think yeah, the ad hoc style can approve, reject, or amend like the suggestion. So that's that makes sense. But what do you guys think? I think we're done, at least with this one. Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. We've been working on it for a while. Yeah, thank you kindly, Hero. Everybody, Hollis for holding it down today. I think it was needed to look at it this closely, and you know, I think a lot of things change into as we went along. So yeah, it feels good.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can close the meeting now. Thank you guys for coming in today. Thank you so much. Huge thanks to Hero, of course, for all the work that he's been doing with us, and then the whole ecosystem, and for this specifically for this presentation. I can't do that shit at all. But yeah, I think we can close the meeting. Thank you guys for coming in. We'll see you tomorrow for the Longhouse. What was it? I don't know what the meeting is called.
Just indigenous design, I think.
Indigenous design.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have a great day now. By the way, no, don't mind. Don't worry. Bye, guys.
All right, bro. Good to see you guys.
Take it easy. Good to have you guys.